Hey everyone, I'm here with Andrew Morris. He is a Gateway Church worship leader, but he also plays around town. And you've been playing music for how long?
Like 33 years.
You're not that old.
No, I'm not. I wish I weren't.
Well, Andrew's a phenomenal guitar player, and he really helped me with my guitar that needed some internal pickup and microphones. What we have here is the LR Baggs Anthem SL. And I understand you have this in your guitar?
I do, yeah. So I've been using this pickup for a couple years now. First of all, thanks for inviting me.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I'm certainly not an expert, but I play enough to know what I really have enjoyed. I played enough pickups to know what I really like. And this has been a great pickup for me. The Anthem product in general. So this is the SL, which is kind of a smaller version.
Okay.
They have the full version, which is just called the Anthem, and it has a couple more perks with it, like a battery check and a phase button. But for just simplicity's sake, this is it essentially does the same job, and it's amazing.
And so I see you got it in your guitar there. Can you show us where?
Yeah.
What the parts are?
So right here is just kind of the control knob. It's got dual-sided tape that holds it right there, and really all this has accessible to you is a volume knob, and there is a kind of a little screw, a set screw there that you have to have a tool to adjust, and we can talk about that in a second.
Okay.
But really, it's just a volume right here accessible to you.
So the rest of it's inside.
The rest of it's inside,
Okay.
so it connects to a battery pack because it does need a 9-volt battery, and it's got a couple elements inside, and it's got the jack that connects to your guitar where your normal cable jack would be.
And I have it here. This is what it comes with. And what are these parts here that we're looking at?
So this piece right here is actually your cable jack, and you install it inside the guitar, and it actually ends up right here as your,
okay.
And it doubles as your guitar nut too, or your strap nut, so you can connect your strap to it. But that's where you plug your 1/4-inch instrument cable into, and then that connects to both of those other elements. This being the volume dial that I just showed you, and that's what this is right here, and that just allows you to give full volume to nothing at all.
Okay. I'm going to take it out. And then what's this?
And so this is what LR Baggs calls their true mic. So this is one of two ways that you can get sound from your guitar to your instrument cables, basically. So, and this is kind of the genius of what LR Baggs has done, and what I really appreciate. So there's kind of this holy grail of trying to discover the best way to make an acoustic guitar sound like an acoustic guitar. So many of you who play acoustic guitar, maybe you've played through a pickup that uses piezo pickups, and it just can sound tinny and not great.
Yeah, I've experienced that.
So if you record an acoustic guitar in a studio,
right,
LaMar, how are you going to record that guitar?
I'm going to use a microphone.
You're going to use a microphone.
A good microphone.
You're going to spend a lot of money on a microphone to put in front of your guitar, because you want your guitar to sound like it would sound if you're playing it without any kind of equipment attached to it, because the guitar is made to sound good on its own. And so LR Baggs has really tried to discover a way to make a guitar sound as much like an acoustic guitar, but you can't really microphone a guitar in a worship setting, in a full band setting, because then you've got all kinds of feedback and bleed, and it's just not realistic. This is the microphone, and then this wire right here that's hiding in there. This wire right here is an under saddle pickup.
Oh.
And so this actually goes underneath the saddle in the bridge, and this is a piezo pickup that goes underneath your saddle here. And so the reason for that, and here's where you kind of have the genius of this product, is the true mic really focuses on your. Now, I'm not the expert to tell you all the specs on it, but the idea is that the True mic really picks up your high and your mid frequencies mostly. And the low frequency, which is where you really have to deal with feedback issues sometimes, the low frequency is going to come from that undersaddle pickup. So you can still get a nice, full, rich, low frequency without the feedback, but still have a microphone that's picking up, so your guitar sounds like it's mic'd without the feedback.
And then you blend it with the controller.
Yeah, so this dial is just a volume, but I don't know if you can see it from here, but there's a little tiny set screw inside of this piece here, and it comes with a tool, which is kind of like, it's a proprietary tool that you could probably use a really long flathead screwdriver, but you really want to use this tool. I carry this tool in my bag with me everywhere I go. If I lead worship anywhere, I just carry one with me, because sometimes you have to adjust a little bit the blend. So this tool is how you would adjust the blend of your low, the undersaddle pickup versus the microphone. What I've found that works great, at least in the setting where I play most often, which is in my church, is I will turn, it would actually be this way in your guitar, I would turn it all the way clockwise, which is all the way towards the mic, which is your high mid. So if you turn it all the way clockwise, it's going to sound really clangy and really high midi, not much low end at all. If you go all the way to the left, that's going to go all the way to your undersaddle pickup, and it's going to have that pickup-y sound, and it's going to be real kind of lower and muffled. So you don't want it all the way one side or the other. I tend to land, if I go all the way clockwise until it stops, I bring it back about a quarter turn. So it's about 75% towards the True mic.
And that's how you set up my guitar and your guitar.
That's how I set it up in your guitar, and that's usually a good starting point. Sometimes I'll take it to a church or a coffee shop, and if it's not sounding great with that sound system, sometimes I have to get the tool out and just make a minor adjustment depending on where I'm at. But it's easy to do. But it's also great that it's a set screw, because then you're not accidentally hitting a blender and messing up, your levels accidentally. When you're trying to turn your volume up, you accidentally use your blend knob.
So quick question, how do you attach this? Obviously there's instructions, but is it glued?
Anyone who's going to install this thing, my caveat would be that you really just want someone who knows what they're doing, because there is some drilling involved. Like my guitar, thankfully I ordered it without what Taylor normally puts in the guitar, so it came without any pickups in it, and it had a pre-drilled hole for the instrument cable jack,
which is this,
which is that. Yeah. So that was easy to install. The undersaddle pickup actually comes up through the inside of your guitar. Obviously you have to take all the strings off, and then you drill an 1/8 inch hole inside, just in the very corner of where the saddle goes. And you have to feed up that wire through the hole, and then lay it all the way across, and then put the saddle on top of it.
So you have to be very careful what you're doing. Zoom, zoom. Wow.
Yeah, and there's kind of a trick to it, how you drill it, and so you want to make sure you have someone do it that knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really not too hard. If you're handy and you have an 1/8 inch drill, and you can just do a nice little hole kind of at an angle.
Like how deep?
Yeah, all the way through.
Oh, okay.
So it needs to go all the way through into the inside of the guitar, and then you kind of have to reach in there. So you'll take all the strings off,
right?
Pull that bridge plate or the saddle off. So it's under the bone.
Okay.
Yeah. And so there's a tiny hole under the saddle or under the bone, that in this very corner, and it goes all the way to the inside of the guitar. And then I just reached in, which I don't have as small a hands as the smaller hands the better for that, but reached in, was able to kind of feed that through, and you pull it through, and you just lay it straight across, and then you just put that saddle right back over it.
Very good. So it captures the sound of all those strings
exactly
like a pickup would.
Yeah, and it's amazing to me how they do that.
Well, one other thing.
Yep.
What do you do with this? What is this about?
So everything that you're going to attach to the inside of your guitar, this comes with double-sided tape clips that you can strategically put on the inside of your guitar to route your cables, so hopefully not much is visible. It really gives you everything you need. This is your battery pack for your 9-volt. and it has a Velcro with double-sided tape. So once you attach it inside the guitar, and I attached mine just if there was an X-ray into my guitar, it would be right about here, just underneath. When I change my battery, it's not ideal, so I always keep an eye on my battery. But you have to loosen up these bottom 3 strings, and you reach in there and you can pull it out and change the battery.
I know on my guitar you mounted it on the neck.
Yeah,
right.
And there's really not like a rule where you have to mount it. For me, on my guitar, this has V bracing, so there's a brace that goes from here all the way in the shape of a V. This is the V Series 714 Taylor. Most guitars have an X bracing, so it kind of wherever you have a good open, clean spot where you can attach it and easily get to it. Play a lot of acoustic guitar at a lot of different places and a lot of church campuses of our own church, and I just constantly get compliments on how good the guitar sounds. This is a product that we put into a lot of our guitars at Gateway Church, just because of it makes the guitar sound really good without the feedback, and it doesn't have that tinny piezo pickup kind of sound that disappears in your mix. It's a full sound, cuts through the mix really nicely, cuts through the mix in your ears.
And the sound engineers love it.
The sound engineers love it because the sound engineers can still EQ it. If it's a little too big for them, or if it sounds a little too low-endy and it's competing with some of the other frequencies, like a piano frequency or a bass frequency, they can adjust the EQ to help it even cut through the mix a little more. But yeah, so far
that's great.
Love this product.
Once you have this product installed, you have something else you want to share with us, and to even take it to another level. What's it called, quickly?
Yeah, just got this,
Yeah.
And so far I really, really love it. But it's also a product from LR Bags. It's called the VoicePrint DI. It's a direct box. It really kind of even does a better job of making your acoustic guitar sound like an acoustic guitar in a live setting.
Wow, that's very good. So check out the video on that, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah, thanks.
Appreciate it so much.